Coming up on In the Game, we take a look back at some of the great state tournament runs, get you caught up on what's happening in the spring sports landscape, and we also have 2 in-studio interviews to check out. That's all coming up right here on In the Game. Welcome back to In the Game. I'm your host, Chris Carpenter. In the Game is a show here on QCTV that's dedicated to covering high school and amateur sports in our communities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. Today, we are going to get started by taking a look back at the success of a few of our winter sports teams. The Andover girls hockey team and girls basketball teams both went to the state tournament this year, which is a heck of an accomplishment. But the Champlin boys basketball team had an outstanding run as well. So we're going to take a look at all of that right now here on In the Game.
We're at the XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul for the 2015 Girls Hockey State Tournament. Andover just took on Minnetonka. Let's take a look.
Meeting as the tip is won by Andover. Passed up the shot for more ball movement. D'Agostino to Hofschild. She got off to a quick start against Blaine. Outside, Arnis will take the jump shot, knock it down. Ariel Arnis, one of those seniors. There's that defense coming to fruition with a steal for Ranke. Back the other way, foul and a bucket. They're going to whistle. Haley, it's Andover that's looking for more scoring. Daninger, a great split of the defense again. She had an open look at the bucket, missed it, but right there for the putback, Garcia off the bench, the junior. Up a shot. Lightning still 7 of 8 from the floor. A jumper from deep, make it 8 of 9.
17, the way she did in that section championship. She's not afraid to take it to the basket, and she's not afraid to shoot, even though she comes in off the bench.
D'Agostino tried to front Tremble, and that's 8. J.W. Cox alongside John Haddon. And the first.
Played a lot of good basketball throughout the year. Go back to the things that have worked and try and go to the things that did work in the first half. You know, it's sort of a
quick lob down low. Tremble immediately double teamed, kicks it back out. 3-pointer Schlosser. She hits her second from beyond the arc.
That's as important as anything. Any coach will tell you that.
Arnis, the jump shot right side, knocks it down. Gabert triggers from the opposite side and knocks it down in front of her own bench.
Notice it.
Drive off the turnover. That'll get the bench for Eastview fired up as the senior side no good. And that's how the game will.
Joining me now in the studio is some members from Champlin Park's boys basketball team. Joining me is McKinley Wright, Theo John, and JT Gibson. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So you guys came off of a pretty successful season this year. Second in the state, not too shabby, undefeated until that championship game. What do you guys think the key to your team's success was this year?
We just wanted to win. We just went to every game thinking that we need to win this game, play defense and win the game.
Theo?
Yeah, it was hard work behind the scenes and everything, hours and hours of practice and dedication to the game. And I guess we put in the most, and we deserve what we got.
Sure. And what about you, JT?
I feel like for us, the reason we were so good this year was because we bought in as playing together as a team. You know, in our starting five, any one of us can score 30 a night probably. But we bought into playing together as a team and just working hard and just playing for each other.
Yeah, that's definitely the key to success. So since you guys were undefeated for most of the season, did that weigh on you guys at all? Did you think about it during the games, or how did that affect you?
We didn't think about it. We just knew that we wanted to go in and obviously win, but we didn't go in thinking in the game like we got to win. We're going to be undefeated. Like, that wasn't really nothing that we paid attention to much.
That was the same for you guys? You guys kind of felt the same way?
Yeah, every game starts 0-0, so that's what all that matters.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that most of the games. Really for me as an individual, I feel like we got tight in state. Mm-hmm. We're down to Shakopee. You know, it felt like a lot of pressure on us. But we fought through it to the last game, but it happens.
So McKinley and Theo, you guys are coming back next year. You're only sophomores this year. So what do you guys think needs to stay the same or change for next year to stay successful?
Just got to continue to put in the work. Work hard behind the scenes. Got to just continue.
Yeah, we got to pick up their leadership roles. They led the team, all the seniors, showed us what to do, and we just got to take that role and do it to the newer members of the team and lead the team to as many wins as we can get.
For sure, yeah. Best of luck with that. And JT, you're a senior this year, so what are your plans for next year?
Next year, I'll be playing Nebraska Omaha. It's our first year eligibility for the tournament, so we're planning on going to the tournament. You know, it's an up-and-coming Division I program. We have a lot of talent there, so supposed to be really good. So try to make the most of that opportunity. Very
cool. Well, good luck, guys. You two, good luck next season, and as well with you in college. And thanks again for joining me. And we're actually going to take a break real quick, and we'll be back with some more In the Game.
Hello, I'm James Stewart, Sheriff of Anoka County, and I'd like to invite you to watch The Sheriff Show on QCTV. On the show, we feature various divisions within our office, including patrol, canine, SWAT, community events, the dive teams, and much more. So tune into The Sheriff Show on your local channel 15 and 16 and keep up to date on what's happening at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office.
Allison is my friend. We met in school when we were younger and grew up together. We did everything together. Then one day something happened, and people started to tease her, being really mean. At first she would pretend it was no big deal, that it didn't hurt her. But after a while, it started to get to her. Her grades started to slip, and she used to be such an awesome student. Then she stopped talking to everyone, even me. Now she's not around anymore, and I miss her so much. Allison was my friend.
Congratulations to the Andover High School girls hockey and girls basketball teams on their run to the state tournament. And congrats to the Champlin boys basketball team on their historic run as well. It's spring, and with that comes spring sports. Take softball. It seems like a simple game. Try and hit a large softball that a pitcher throws underhand. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. So let's take a look and learn a little bit more about the Anoka and Champlin girls softball teams.
1, 2, 3, Rebels! When we look at our season, I think you'll see that I didn't do our girls any favors with our schedule. We went out and scheduled a bunch of non-conference games against some really, really tough teams. It's one of those things where we've competed in every game. even though we're a young team, they never quit, they never give up, and they always give us a chance to win late in the games. And we've won quite a few of those games late in the game, but at the same time, we've given a few up here and there too, just because you're a young team. But I would put our schedule up against anybody's in the state, one of the tougher schedules that you could play.
Team strengths, defense, definitely. We have great bats, we just don't always use them. And we're all just great girls that get along really well together. We have good team chemistry. For me, I think it's a lot more interesting because you're involved in every play. You get to touch the ball every single time. You get to call a lot of plays. You're kind of like the head of the field, and it's fun controlling things.
Softball's a very mental game, so we gotta, if you get down, you strike out or something, you can't let that affect how you play in the field, or you make a mistake in the field, you can't let that affect you at the plate. So you just gotta help pick each other up, just knowing the mental part of the game along with all the physical parts. Yeah, enjoying it, making the memories, but also, making those plays and stuff so that we can go far in sections, because that would be a great memory to have.
Yeah, it was a little intimidating at first because you're a sophomore coming onto a varsity team where all the other teams around you are mostly seniors. So, and then making sure you impress your seniors so they have a great senior year. So you're just trying to impress lots of people and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. The pitching mostly has been done by Taylor Sloat, our sophomore pitcher, but Grace has come in a couple games and she's done really well.
We have played all these teams early on, give us the opportunity to know how it is to play in tough teams against tough competition. It gives us the confidence to know that we can win against any team we play throughout the state.
Yeah, I try to make sure that every game we take one game at a time and remind them that we have a job to do. We have, one goal. We have that on a sweatshirt, one goal, and the goal is to get back to the state tournament. So I don't let them look ahead past any team. So we just make sure that when they step on the field, we take care of the business, that job at hand, and then move forward. They have a great team atmosphere. They all get along very well. I think part of the component to a team is being able to get along and hang out with each other. They like to be around each other. They help each other out a lot. You'll notice, after one's hitting, one will come up and talk to them about what they've seen, or they'll help them in the field.
Our expectations were to make it back to state and do better than we did before. So get like second or first, because we got third last year.
We've lost just only 2 seniors, and for what we have as a young team, I think we're doing really well.
I think it motivates us more because, with being at close games, we use that motivation of getting back to state towards that game. So when we're down, we keep on thinking back, we want to get to state, so then that motivates us to win.
I would say picking each other up. One makes a mistake, we're not down on her, say, hey, I got your back, we're going to get this one for you. So I think it's low pressure, I would say.
Our pitching is very good. Our hitting is very good too. So, and then our defense is spectacular, it's awesome.
I think from last year, since we went to state, we got our focus in better, and we have much more expectations. And since we're a younger team, I think that we've got it.
And I think that's a huge push for this year. Yeah, we got that third, but now we really want to strive for that first place and to keep going on.
It's just reminding them that, we have the target on our back and people are coming after us now. Where, on the flip side, we are going after other people.
1, 2, 3, Anoka! The high school baseball season has been great, and the Champlin, Andover, and Anoka baseball teams have all had different types of seasons. I had a chance to catch up with each team and find out a little bit more about where their programs are at this point and how they plan on approaching the playoffs down the stretch. The 2015 boys Champlin Park baseball team has had an up and down year and finished in the middle of the pack of the Northwest Suburban Conference. We talked with Rebels head coach Corey Davis, who broke it down for us.
We haven't quite been able to put together the train of quality starts like we would have liked to, which equates to not as wonderful of as a record, but all in all, we're hovering a little bit over that 500 mark. We had hoped to maybe hang about 4 or 5 more wins than what we have at this point, but that's kind of the way the things have gone for us.
This is a driven team, and Coach Davis knows that will help this ball club down the stretch.
Well, I think the strength is their drive. At no point are we going to be out of a baseball game. We've had some pretty good late inning heroics with these guys. They certainly keep their edge to them. We have some good speed on the bases, so once we can get guys on, typically it gets pretty exciting from there. We've had some quality starts out of our pitchers, probably better than really we anticipated, quite frankly. But those guys have done a great job. Just, like everybody else right now, we're hoping to just piece all three parts of the game together to come out on top in the playoffs.
Outfielder Noah Booley agrees.
We don't go down without a fight. We may be down late in the game, and we'll put up a couple runs in the 6th, 7th inning. We definitely don't just roll over.
So what will it take for Champlin to be successful come playoff time?
We need to be able to start hitting the ball on a consistent basis. We need to eliminate the errors. We've had some costly errors, and speaking to the quality of our conference, like you asked me earlier, in the Northwest Suburban, if you kick the ball around, you have your 1 or 2 errors, that can cost you the game in a hurry.
The Andover Husky baseball team has had a tough year at times this season, but they have battled their way to a 7-12 record in the Northwest Suburban Conference.
Great kids, super families. Kids are truly a reflection of tremendous support and great families, and I've just had a pleasure working with these guys this year.
Senior Grant Smezik told us how the team overcame a slow start.
The season started off a little bit slow. We think we started 0-7, but after that, the teammates really got together, played more as a team, and we started winning.
Coach Gowerlich wants his guys to know that anything can happen during the playoffs.
I hope our guys believe that they can compete in this section and that no pitcher is going to dominate them, no team is going to outslug them, because I think we have good hitters. It's just our defense and our pitching needs to come to the park.
The Anoka Tornadoes have had a tremendous year and are led by senior pitcher Alex Glick, who has led the team to a 9-4 conference record.
We haven't been that much of a winning organization the past years, and over the past 2 years we really turned it up and started winning games, and it's fun to have 8-9 game win streaks, and just makes the season a lot more entertaining, a lot more fun for all of us.
Head coach Shannon Blancett also talked to us about how talented this Tornadoes team is.
Start with our seniors that have really done. Alex Glick, fantastic on the mound, 4-1 ERA of 1.0. Just selected 2 days ago for the State High School All-Star Series, so he's going to be a fantastic addition to our postseason as we keep rolling. And a kid that we didn't expect anything from, Riley Perry, came back off of a shoulder surgery last year. Didn't play a single inning last year, came back this year, hitting around 400 right now. Been in the lineup pretty much every day, runs really well on the bases. To our juniors, Chase Thomas hitting 486 right now, 18 stolen bases.
Coach Blancett thinks this team has a great chance of succeeding in playoffs.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the section coaches vote. Who they give that number 1 seed to. I think we've played a fantastic schedule playing in Northwest Suburban. I think it really prepares us.
All right, we're back in studio, and we're lucky enough to be joined today by the Andover LaCrosse boys high school team. And with me today is Coach Ken Weichel,
yes,
Nick McCready, Mike Wanmaker, and Anthony Bannock. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, Coach, want to start with you. Just talk to us a little bit about the program that you guys have, maybe characterize this team. What can you tell us about it?
We're fairly young. We have a few seniors, but when you look at our team overall, we play a lot of young guys. We focus primarily on our offense a lot of times, and you'll see that in some of the numbers we put up. I coach offense primarily, and I have assistants that work with our defense. But we have a defense that takes chances, so that's why we brought Mike. Mike's the state leader in forced turnovers, and so we're really out there trying to cause the ball to turn over and get it into transition and put the ball in the net.
Very cool. One of the questions I have for the players, actually, I was talking to you guys beforehand, and when I was in high school, there wasn't a lot of programs for lacrosse around the state. So I was wondering, when did you guys get interested in lacrosse? When did you start playing? Why lacrosse? Why did you choose that?
I got started in about 5th, 6th grade, I think. Kind of just, it was another activity to do besides I was playing football and hockey at the time, and just kind of just jumped right in, I guess.
I started in about 6th grade, and I was playing baseball before that, and I just got sick of playing baseball, a little boring, a little more up-tempo game.
I didn't start playing until 8th grade, and I started playing because I played football and soccer, and I knew I had to choose one, so I needed a second sport. So me and my buddy just joined lacrosse, and it turned out well.
I know you guys play other sports too. How has that helped playing lacrosse? How's that transition worked out for you guys?
There's a lot of keeping active kind of stuff and keeping like muscles going and things like that. But like with hockey, I guess the hand-eye coordination really helped out and kind of helps you ease into it a little bit better almost, I guess.
Big thing for me was playing soccer growing up, so the conditioning really isn't that bad. Running up and down it's not really a big transmission. It's just less with your feet and more with your hands. So I just had to get used to
that. That's okay. Coach, going back to you here, still a little bit of season left. You're right, guys, right in the middle of the pack, right around there, just about. What are the expectations coming down the stretch here?
Coming down the stretch, our section's not the strongest section in the state, so we're looking at if we can take care of business, handle our business throughout the rest of the season, finishing in the top 4 in our section, which allows us to host a first-round playoff game, hopefully take care of that one, and then move on and maybe possibly compete for a section championship and sneak into state as one of those low expectation teams that gets in there. So.
Well, good deal, guys. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks. We learned a little bit about the Andover lacrosse team, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break here and come back with more In the Game. We'd like to thank the Andover guys for coming in and giving us some insight on the Andover boys lacrosse team. The sport of lacrosse is really starting to pick up steam across the state, and a lot of people are interested in learning more about the game. The Anoka girls high school lacrosse team has had a winning season and are right in the middle of the pack of a very competitive Northwest Suburban Conference. So let's learn a little bit more about the Anoka girls lacrosse team.
It's been a great year. This is my second year coaching them. They've really bought into what I've been trying to talk about. I've been preaching the family, I've been preaching the team unity. The team is more important than any one individual. The principal here, Mr. Farley, he talks about Anoka being a great big family. We're just trying to be an extension of it. And all our girls are buying into it. And it's fun to see on the field because they do share the ball and they celebrate each victory.
This year we're just really close. Like, we don't spread off into groups. Like, seniors are here, juniors are here. We have a lot of mixed grades on our team this year, and so we do a really good job of involving everybody. We want to do pretty well. I don't know, just we're doing good now. So if we keep up what we're doing, playing how we're playing, then I think we'll do pretty well in the playoffs.
This year we're a lot more generous team. We try to get our freshmen that are new on varsity to score a little bit more so they can have a little bit more confidence. But like Muckboy said, we have a lot more girls on the board scoring. Because I know last year we only had a few girls scoring and we ran all of our plays through them, but this year we have a lot more widespread teams so we can pass the ball around and we can trust each other a lot more. This is our first year playing lacrosse and she's a varsity starter, and basically what we ask of her is 50% each game to save 50% of the shots, and she steps to the ball really well, and I feel like we're really blessed to have her on the team this year.
I like getting open and like being sneaky. So like when you like creep around and catch someone off guard, it's always good to like cut across and get the ball, and just like the feeling of like knowing like setting up plays and doing different stuff running around everywhere. Keeping up our fast pace in the offense, we've learned to like slow everything down, not rush it because we have a lot of time. So instead of just rushing it right away and running into traffic, we've like learned to pull it out and slow down and take our time with all of our stuff like setting up wise.
I definitely think we're consistent and we keep our pace up. I mean, I always said we were a second half team, but now, like last game, we were pretty good in the first half. We've been doing pretty good, so I think consistency is pretty good for us. We just build each other up. There's no drama on the team. We don't yell at each other. We don't like talk down to each other. We just build each other up, and so that's how we keep going.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3, family!
We have learned a lot about the sports that are happening right now. But let's not forget about tennis. That's right, it's tennis season as well. So we hit the court to catch up with the Champlin Rebel tennis team. Let's take a look.
We're a pretty young team. We have 2 seniors that are back from playing last year. So they play first dub and kind of set the tone for us. Our young guys that we have are definitely stepping in and doing well. But they're playing against kids who've played, 1 or 2 years of varsity already. So they're not necessarily always translating into wins at their spots, but I mean, they're improving and getting better, and I think that's the most important thing at this point. So
I've been playing tennis since I got cut from the baseball team in 8th grade. So, I just sort of picked it up, and the sport just spoke to me. It was the first sport that I had ever played where I felt a deep connection to it, and I could never get enough of it. So I just kept playing, I just kept working, and eventually I got to where I am. It's awesome. My favorite part is personally the enthusiasm that the other guys show. Like for the past couple of years, we've had a pretty old team, mostly comprised of juniors and seniors. But this time, we have a bunch of sophomores and freshmen. So they're all really excited to play, and they all have this zest for playing tennis, and it's really awesome, and it's one of my favorite parts of the game.
I think the strategy is actually my favorite part of the game. I'm not exactly like the technically strongest player ever, but I have a lot of like strategy, I think, that lets me get the wins that I do get. So I'd say the strategy is my favorite part, along with the team has been my favorite part this year. I really like being a part of the team.
The funnest part about playing tennis is definitely just playing outdoors and enjoying the weather. And also, once you win, you feel that like nothing can stop you. And once you like gather up as a group and discuss like who won or who didn't, and you realize that everybody won, like it turns into more of like a group sport and not an individual sport. And that's what I like about tennis.
Favorite part of my job? Being outside on a day like today where it's about 70 degrees and sun and not a lot of wind. That's awesome to be out here. And the other part is just working with these guys. We got a great group of guys from top to bottom. It's always fun bringing a group like this together and just seeing what happens. Just encourage people that are looking for something to do, come out and play tennis, and it's a great sport and a lifelong sport, and these guys will tell you once it kind of gets in your blood, it's a great time. So.
Well, that's it for our spring edition of In the Game. I'm Chris Carpenter. We want to thank everybody that helped out, everybody from the boys basketball guys that came in, the lacrosse guys, all the lacrosse teams that helped us, the softball and baseball teams, just everybody that was able to come on camera with us and help us out for this episode. If you want more information on In the Game or any of our programming at QCTV, go ahead and go to our website at www.qctv.org. Once again, I just want to thank all the players and all the coaches, everybody involved, everybody at the studio too. It was a great time, great to have everybody here together, and hopefully we'll see you next time coming up here in the fall season for some of the fall sports that are going to be happening once again at some of our high schools here in Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. So for everybody here at QCTV, we will see you next time in the game.